Welcome back to the Brandon Mason Show. I'm your host, Brandon Mason, and we got the crew right here with
President Flowers 2028.
the building. And you know, we also got
James right here.
Let's go. We got a lot to talk about. People in the chat right now diving in. I know a lot of people yesterday had, looking at the news, looking at YouTube, looking at the media, take a look at everything. A lot of people had a lot to say, including yourself. Took a look at some stuff this morning, took a look at what Trump had to say.
We listened to the whole thing. We listened to the whole,
I got you.
the whole thing.
I didn't listen to the whole thing. I got like 45 minutes worth in.
45 minutes. I'm not going to lie. 45 minutes nowadays, politics, news, media, AI, technology, real estate, 15 minutes, you're going to grasp a lot that's going on.
I feel like 45 minutes, I heard the whole thing because
a lot of repetitive.
It's basically the same thing.
Yeah, a lot of things. Hey, listen, I've seen some Trump rallies and they go on for hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. I mean, you get to the point you're like, that's a lot of information. Like there's not really much more to say. I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of people heard a lot of that. The major focus, though, was on the economy. We'll get to that in just 1 second. But I'll tell you this. Good morning, all you beautiful people out there. It is the 10th. It is Wednesday. We're in December, heading closer to Christmas. A lot of people getting those Christmas gifts ready, trying to figure out what to put under that tree. A lot of people these days, a lot of stuff not under that tree this year. A lot of people are sitting back going, I wish I had a little bit more to give. I think a lot of people nowadays, there's a lot of demand throughout the year. You kind of give all year. It's hard. You're giving this, you're buying that, your kid needs this, your friends need that. You kind of giving throughout the year. It's not like, hey, let's wait. It's your birthday coming up. Kind of just giving stuff. Gave my first Christmas gift, gave out yesterday, but you saw it.
Yeah.
What'd I give?
I don't know the technical name, but like you gave some type of barista.
Yeah, okay, I feel you. Hey, listen, I know I like my wife.
Coffee machine.
You know what? What is the right thing to do at that point? We're talking about the economy. People coming to the chat right now. What is the point? What are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to give? People are holding back this year a little bit. I said, let's give a family gift, but hey, this is to the house, right? It's to my wife, something nice, right? End of the day, dive a lot of conversation this morning. What are the key takeaways? What are the major conversation key components? And I think Trump said in his first almost entire year, 2025, had been about a lot of safety, a lot of making sure the changes, that things that Biden did, he wanted to take away. Biden got in, he took out things that Trump put in. And this year, he went through his first season, I call it season, whatever. This is his, fifth year as a president, really. First term, now second term. He focused heavily on safety. And the speech that he gave yesterday, lengthy speech, I believe the focus that he left people with was more on economy. And so I got a lot of stuff, a lot of notes here. James, I'm talking about some stuff that I have some questions for you today. Vaughn got some questions for you today that we're going to dive in with these people live on the live stream and have the conversation.
But you bring in a great point, Brandon. Like you're feeling this whole affordability thing. And I think that's the glaring spotlight on this whole speech last night when they're trying to just call it a Democratic hoax. And it's not real, but I think everyone's feeling this,
Yeah, look, there's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it that no matter how you spin it, people, the affordability thing is going to happen no matter what. And that is what Trump is using now as this is a new Democratic word. Would you say that? I mean, this is what he said now. He said, look, Democrats now we're going to use, I got it right here on my notes to talk about. So we all know.
But you're not
right
a
here.
Democrat. It's affordability, a Democratic word?
No, not the affordability is not a Democratic word. It's a word that Trump and Republicans now are saying that the Democrats that's the word that they're sticking to. When you have your whole thing and, Trump was make America great again or, come on, I don't even know what Kamala Harris's freaking slogan was, but they all have their own
when
thing.
They go high.
Yeah.
When they go low, we go high. Something like that.
Yeah, so everybody got their own thing, right? And the Democrats, like I told you, I don't believe they have a true leader just yet that's going to rise to the occasion and run for president. I don't know who this is going to be. But the word they're using is affordability. And that word is a word that should be used by everybody, not just Democrats, but it's a word that they're clinging to.
Yeah,
right?
but to call it a hoax is just a very easy, dismissive way to not actually talk about it when it's like the elephant in the room. Everyone's feeling this.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
That's
But
literally catering to the American people.
yeah,
We want affordability.
but I'm not. That's true. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is this is the word that's standing out for them to use. This is a word the Democrats believe is going to help them get to the promised land. I mean, that's what we're seeing, and it's a very good word for everybody. But this is a word that I think they're like, hey, affordability. Not like overall economy, this, not real estate market. They're saying affordability. And everybody's saying it. Everybody's saying it. You look online right now, everybody's talking. If you're in the chat right now, if you love Trump, put Trump in the chat. If you don't, then put USA. We love you regardless. Unbiased Network coming to the building, having a lot of conversation. What I want to dive into first and foremost is that the key takeaway is yes. But the moments that stood out for me watching what the new update's going to be, and all this stuff on my computer, I got to work on some stuff here to pull these clips up and all that, which I want to do for you guys in a second. I got the live videos, I got clips, I got a whole bunch of stuff, side by sides and whatever. But what I want to talk about is something a little different direction. And the key takeaway moments for me are, I believe if you're going to run for president right now, or if you're going to be president in the office right now, I think the conversation shifts toward how much the world has changed from even when we were growing up. And we're not that old, Vaughn, sitting here, 32 years old. James here. James, what are you, 40, 41?
42.
42, right?
41 on a good day.
Yeah, right? And so I think for us back in the day when we were growing up in this whole thing, we didn't have all this AI technology. We didn't have a lot of people that were like, you know what, I'm just going to work from home. Everybody's going to be an influencer. Everybody's going to be creating stuff. I'm a creator. I'm working on Facebook. I'm working on Instagram, social media, whatever you're going to be. And I think the game has changed in a lot of ways. And I think a lot of the people, those farmers out there, they're trying to work with farmers and help them out. I think the game has changed drastically. And I think you have to, chess, not checkers, is a major difference and factor than it was before. And what I want to say is this. The most important thing we got to talk about to get to some of these prices, because that's what we want to dive into real quick. So let's start with this. Interest rates were high. Gas prices were high. Housing prices going up, right? And we're going to talk about the younger generation. So interest rates are coming down, right? We're going to start with that. When we talk about affordability, interest rates are an important part of buying property, renting property too, because if you're renting from an owner who their interest rate went up, they're going to charge more. That's a problem. We're going to start with that. Lowering interest rates. James, how do you feel about that? Rates are coming down. He said he would do that. This is a moment that we do have to look at. Is he doing a good job bringing rates down?
I don't know if he's specifically doing a good job bringing the rates down. I know he put pressure on the Fed to bring some rates down, but it's not really affecting the housing market in America because a lot of people are still locked into these very low mortgage rates on their old homes. Nothing's selling. You have more listings being delisted right now on Zillow. There was a recent article that came out showing how homes are being delisted because nobody's jumping. I think, and that goes back to affordability, the cost of everything else. So you could be underwater real quick on one of these mortgages, and especially here in Florida with insurance rates and what we talked about the other day with HOAs and everything like that.
Yeah. So what I want to address, is the fact that Trump is not to blame for high costs of living. I don't think Biden 100% is like Biden is responsible for everyone's cost of living. I don't think it was any one in particular president that ruined the whole collapse of the United States of America and everything's bad. I think the collective group wants Americans to live well. And I think there's a balance. It's like, I make like when you make lemonade, it's like you got lemons, you got water, you got sugar, and there's a balance to make the lemonade taste good. You know what I'm saying? Some people add a little bit of lemon, some people add this and that. If you add the wrong balance, it's not going to taste right. But people can get to the same thing using different ways. You can use XYZ lemons. I do 4 lemons. You use 3. You use more sugar, less lemon. You get to where you got to get to get the taste right. Whether it's healthy or not, that's a whole nother story. And I think that Trump is trying to find his way in this year, and I think more now than ever, with, like I said, with AI and countries, technology, people want to find the best ways to do stuff. Lowering interest rates is, to me, is always going to help someone feel more confident into buying a property, getting that car, paying those credit cards. If you got a line of credit, all of a sudden, if you got a variable interest line and that shit went up, we talk about this all the time. But if we have a variable interest rate on your credit card and that thing started creeping up and you got it when it was, 5% and that shit went to 10, 11, 12, you can barely afford your payment right now. You're just paying interest only and you're just running out of steam. Lowering interest rates will help with that. But the question I want to ask you guys is the wealthy people, because people like to say Trump helps wealthy people, right? He only wants to help the billionaires. You hear this all the time. Republicans don't say that. Democrats say that. They'll say, Trump likes to help out all the rich people. Okay, so let's talk about that. If he lowers interest rates, right, that is not going to help the rich people with all their monies in the accounts. Interest is all coming down. You familiar with that right there, Piccolino?
Mm-hmm.
Interest rates coming down. And I thought about this. The richest people in the world have the most money, whether they're in trusts or they're in bank accounts or they're in assets or whatever. And I noticed this. When you're born, you might start off a Democrat in a lot of places. A lot of people have a lot less money than some people. And then as you get in business, you start making some money in business for yourself. A lot of people go Republican. They start saying, now I'm paying all these damn taxes, bullshit. I don't want to pay this, right? You start realizing I'm going to become Republican because I'm putting all this money out there and now I'm losing my money. I got to pay all these taxes. And now you start going, damn, this sucks. And then if you get extremely rich, you want your money protected in those interest accounts where interest goes up and you keep making money. So then you're like, hey, I'm going to vote for Kamala Harris, Joe Biden. They're going to keep me rich forever. And there's some of the stuff that I'm seeing. What's your take on that, James?
Well, the wealthy people get to have their cake and eat it too, right? So if interest rates go up to where we saw it was almost over 5%, they have their money. They say smart money puts it into like treasury bills, government bonds, things like that. But then the inverse is also kind of true because then if they need to take money and the interest rates are lower, they'll take a loan out and then they put that money to work, making them more money as well. So
yeah, and here's the thing: a lot of these rich people and these families and their kids, they grow up a little bit smarter, a little more educated when it comes to finance, and that's just the truth. Financial literacy. A lot of people want to say that's not true. Come on, like let's look at the poor areas, poor neighborhoods, right? Like they're not running around with the best financial literacy, understanding how to make money, how to move money, how to get interest rates, how to lower tax. They're not learning a lot of that. These young kids that are growing up in households with money, they'll learn a little bit more. And what I want to pull up on the screen right here is from yesterday. If we can get this damn thing rocking on here. Here we go. I got this whole thing I want to pull up on the screen that we can show. And I think I just figured out the situation that we had going on the other day was out of control. I want to pull up the YouTube. Oh, I do got this working. Here we go. I figured out what was going on. Now I know what's going on. Let's pull this up for a second. Let's show Donald Trump walking out there. Let's see what he looked like on the screen. Here it is right here. Let's turn this damn thing up for a second. And we got to be careful with the copyright purposes, but let's take a look at Trump gets on stage.
I'll sing it.
Yeah, he gets on stage, gets out there, right? You got a guy who he's facing a lot of, I don't care, Republican, Democrat leader. You face a lot of scrutiny, right? And when you get up there and you got to talk about a lot of things that are happening, a lot of problems that are going on, a lot of issues that it's concerning to people. You have multiple backgrounds and different socioeconomic values. You got different cultures. You got people moving into the country. And this man has to go up there, and not just this man, any president has to try to make everybody happy. That's not going to happen. So you tell all these people back here, hey, we're going to raise taxes, we're going to raise interest, and we're going to let all the illegal people in the country, I'm just giving an example, all those people are going to be upset. And so the hard part is this. What is the happy balance, James? Just seeing this man talk for a second, and Von, I'll get to you in a second with what you got, your take on things that you thought when you listened to the speech a while. James, what's your take on this man getting up there? He can't make everybody happy all the time, right? So what is he supposed to do? Raise taxes, raise interest rate, let all the illegal people in this country? Or does he go, hey, I do what I believe in? And all of these people it was a landslide win. We can't forget it was a pretty damn strong, aggressive win. So I would say America really wanted what they got. What's your take on what you think he's going to want to do in this next year, focus on the economy overall? Like what is his goal? Something he didn't do. What do you think he wants to do?
Well, I mean, I think the goal from this speech that he did was to start thwarting the Democrats' biggest angle here going into the 2026 midterms, right? And the biggest problem under his administration right now is the cost of living and affordability and all things like that. So they're trying to dismiss that because that's going to be the biggest angle the Democrats have to play up here. But I think where he might lose a lot of American support here is like, I don't understand why, just address it. It's not, I have a hard time. I don't believe affordability issues is a hoax. So I think they should just address it and make a plan for it, And then I also, I've been watching a lot of his speeches here, and it's kind of similar to the ones that he used when he was running for presidency, where you just keep blaming the past administration. But like, at what point can you get into a new job and you keep blaming the person there before you, right? Like, so Brandon, if I was like working for you and the person before me really messed it up, how long until I can't use that excuse anymore either and just keep blaming it on?
That's true. But hold on, every president does that,
of course.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, but what I mean is, you're right. Affordability is not a hoax. shit's expensive. But what I want to get to, we'll get to later on the show today, is going to be based upon people have to have their own accountability. Like, you can't, Daddy Trump's not going to fix all my problems. Like you can say what you want to say, but hey, Daddy Trump has to give me this, Daddy Trump's giving me that. We're going to talk about SNAP benefits. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about rich people problems. We're going to talk about all this stuff today. But my point is, though, I agree with you. How long can you get up there and just say, oh, because of Joe Biden, we're screwed, or because of this person, we're screwed, or that. I get there's got to be reasons.
But you run a business, right? Like, how long would you take an excuse from your new person, your new CEO, of keep blaming the current problems on the past people's problems? Like, it comes to a point.
It comes to a point where it's gonna be a couple of weeks and say, hey, I don't give a shit what they did. We're on to the new thing right now. But here's the thing: your business that you run or step into, you're responsible for X amount of people. The president's responsible for. I would like to say you're looking at the United States, one of the best countries in the world, if not the best country in the world, right? So you're talking about this, and I feel that a lot of people are looking at him going, hey, you got to fix my problems. Trump's not supposed to fix your problem. Trump is supposed to help America be great again as a whole. That's not looking out for you individually. That's looking out for what's best for this country to move on even when he's gone and not around. And I think that when he gets up there, and the conversation I had first was interest rates. That was a problem. And he's lowering that, and he's that's 100% happening right now. Gas prices, right? We got gas prices. Okay. Gas prices coming down. We could pull that up and see what gas prices were.
Gas prices are coming down. That's one of the things going down.
That's two things. Gotta call a spade a spade. Gotta call a spade a spade here. That's two things that's happening. He said he would do. Interest rates coming down. This isn't in his fourth year. This is in his first year back in office from his first term. He gets back in there. He said he was going to do this. Interest rates coming down. Gas prices are coming down, right? So now they want people, everybody wants people to start buying. The last thing you want, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I'll tell you how I feel about this. The last thing you want to do is move into a neighborhood where everybody's a renter. Those neighborhoods typically, it's not about how good or bad the person is. It's when everyone is a renter, those renters, a lot of times, I'm just calling like what it is, they take a lot less pride in the upkeep of the house. It's not their house. Like, if it's my house, I see a little tiny problem, I'm gonna fix that now, because that little problem is gonna become a big problem. Like, I gotta fix it now. And so when I take a look at some of this stuff, and that's why I want to have this conversation, when you start seeing a lot of renters, which we're seeing, right? That's a major concern, because younger generation, they want to rent. They want to pop in, they want to pop out, they want to pop in, they want to pop out. You know how it is when you're young. But they're starting to get to the point where they're like, I can't afford to buy a house anyway. Forget that. Not a thought anymore. Unless you get rich. Forget it. The Jake Pauls of the world, the young influencers, whatever, YouTube, whatever they do, they grow up, they buy properties, good for them. But the reality is a lot of people can't afford to do that. So what they're going to do is they're going to forget the buying, get it out of their mind. That also slows down population. When you're not buying property, trying to settle down, you just run around, you kind of stay bachelor. It's all this influencer hype, all that. And I think that Trump and any president that steps in office has to understand where the generations are going.
Well, like, one of the disconnects that you see here, whether it was Trump or anybody else, we're electing multimillionaires to these roles. So, like, when's the last time he went to the supermarket? When's the last time he had a honey-do list? Like, you go to the Publix every weekend, go to supermarkets. Vaughn, you go to the supermarkets, right?
Yeah.
I mean, 2 bags of groceries is like $75. And that's
but here's the thing. I agree 1,000%.
But they're so disconnected.
But that's not because of Trump.
I know, but
I want to make sure. I want to make sure that we're on the same
page.
So what I'm saying is, he's saying on here, I need to address the economy.
No, but he always says, like,
yeah,
it's
a hoax or whatever.
No, like, it's the best it ever been. Like,
yeah.
Grocery prices best it ever been. Gas prices best it ever been in history.
Well, I don't think he said. I don't think he said groceries. I think what he's saying is
everything. This is the best in history.
Yeah, he's very confident of himself, right? He's like, hey, this is the best thing that ever happened ever. I got up here. This happened. It's wonderful. Yeah. It is the best ever going to happen. Trying to keep that motivation alive. And I think a lot of things aren't as good as what he thinks they are. And I don't think they're nowhere near as bad as what other people are saying. I think there's a fine line between trying to figure this out. And I think a lot of people that come into the chat right now that are watching live. And if you're live in the building right now, if you're a subscriber of the show, put an S in the chat right now. Put S if you're a subscriber. If you're new and it's your first time watching, let us know. But first time, we're going to shout you out right now as we get ready to continue because we're in our horizontal vertical form. People are going to come into the chat from all different places as we're making those connections on here. Look, I watched this guy talk, and I evaluated him when he first got in there and he was speaking. And I'm talking his first term. I'll be honest, my opinion, when he got up there, I said, man, this is going to be rough because he was saying a lot of vocal things. I said, you shouldn't say that.
Yeah,
whether you agree with it or maybe he's just trying to be tough or whatever, you say a couple things. And when you speak for that long, you sometimes you do say things. I had this conversation the other day with Vaughn. I'm like, the longer you keep talking about a topic, you're going to say one thing that, like,
no, but he
completely
gets out of pocket. He don't just say one thing.
What did he just say? What did he just say at the rally?
Oh, what's the lady's name?
Ilhan
Omar. Yeah, I don't know how to say her first name. How you say
Ilhan.
What she said? What did he say?
Oh, he said mean things about her.
He just like, oh, I love this girl with her little turban, and
he called her the B word.
He said he didn't call her the B word, but he said we could say it right on here.
The B word?
Yeah, bitching. She's bitching. Yeah, that's what he said. She's bitching.
Hey, what's wrong with that?
Yeah, and
I don't see anything wrong with that, though.
No, I didn't finish.
The turban. Hold on, let me be clear. The turban. I would not advise the president of the United States to talk about someone's turban. I wouldn't say, but I would say he shouldn't be caught using B word. He shouldn't be doing it either. I agree with that. Come on, you're a leader of the country. But I'm just saying.
Then he just started completely shitting on Somalia, like. This place has no police, have no army, has no anything. It's a shitty place.
It's not America.
But okay, here's the thing. Here's what I'll say. I don't love all that, but I like that someone is putting out there what they believe. When I see Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, do you think Joe Biden just loves all black people when he gets up there and he goes all that? You think Hillary Clinton's like she's just not. I kind of like when someone just calls a spade too. Like, I know what I'm getting. With Trump, I know what I'm getting. Like, we see what we're getting. We don't know what the outcome's going to be, but I like knowing. I don't like seeing, this is how, I'm just being honest with you. When I walk around New York City, a lot of great people. When I see Hillary Clinton show up just because, here comes the election. Now we're going to get out here. We're going to have, Gorilla come twerk on stage. We love Beyonce, Jay-Z, all that. We didn't see them in years. And all of a sudden, hey, guess what? Election's coming. Let's get him up there. That's the kind of shit I don't like. And that's just politics.
I'm about to say,
everybody's got to do it.
He had people doing it too.
Yeah, you got to do it. But I'm just saying. But he doesn't, because he's not getting up there. Trump's not getting up to tell him he loves everybody. He doesn't love everybody. Like, he doesn't. The goal is for him to create, for me, a safe place, a better financial place for people, be successful. And I think that a lot of people that disagree, if you're in the chat right now, if you agree with what I'm saying, put agree. If you disagree, put a D in the chat. If you disagree, if you agree, put an A in the chat. I'm not saying that Trump does everything right. I'm gonna be clear with that because I don't think anybody does everything right. But I think when you have a laundry list full of things to complete, and I'm going on this because at the Pennsylvania rally, he had a lot of these things to say that had to do with the economy. But when you have a laundry list of things to complete, first it was safety, then it was, we have all these illegal people here. The country wanted those people out of here. Not everybody. But in the chat right now, we do it every day. We did it when we had 1,000 people in there. We got 20 people right now. We had 50 people. We had 4,000 people. It just goes up and down by the day you're talking, right? It just depends. We did it. We did polls. 80% of people said deport. 20 people said let him stay. So you think he should say, hey, let him stay? No, he's got to do what the country wants to do. More important, he's the president. He's making the decision what he wants to anyway. But I believe that he's doing what the country wants. So when people get up there and he speaks his mind, I think he just has to be more mindful.
It has to be more mature.
Agree.
Like he gets on there, he's talking about the transgenders. We don't necessarily have to agree with people getting surgeries for that.
Yeah.
But you don't have to be insensitive
Correct.
to the point where he's being insensitive. He's like, if your family member, everybody has family members having a bad day, let's get them a sex change. Let's do this and that. He was just like undermining them. He's doing
the conversation, whether the guys do it or don't do it. He's doing the locker room conversation in a way it's like, yo, leave that for the locker room, even if you like it or don't. And but here's
doing it in front of the
world,
of America. Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, I disagree strongly with that.
And that's provoking other people to get like that, and that's why people were saying like the Proud Boys, like the Proud Boys, like he's like, yo, he's invoking them to
get up there and do something.
Yeah, to act crazy because. Yeah. this is saying, oh, our president is doing it, we could do it too.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. But so let me be really clear what I want to say. I feel that when I pull up a screen, I have it up here when he's talking. When he's talking, I feel he says things that he should not say, but I also feel that I'm getting the real person who's talking right now. That's important to me. Growing up where I grew up, I'd rather someone be like, yo, I don't like you or whatever, or if they just don't spend time with me, that's fine, or that's cool. But just be around you, you know what I'm saying? Like just kicking it with you and not even liking you. I feel like he's gonna be like, I don't like you. Okay, I know what I'm getting. Hanging out with Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton, they might not like you. They're just gonna be like, Avon, yeah. But I know what you're saying. It's just a maturity thing.
Yeah, it's the difference between somebody saying they don't like you or somebody sitting there saying you're a piece of shit and you knowing you can't do nothing to them.
Yeah,
like
that's taking it far.
Yeah, like.
So let's ask this question. I got everything I want to talk about right now. I want to talk about this. I got a bunch of things on the screen, and this guy was up there talking, and he had this conversation, and I feel like he focused a lot on the economy into the second year. He's got a method to what he wants to do. Whether I like it, you like it, we all like it. It doesn't really matter. But his method, and I got a lot of other clips I want to pull up on here. Here we go. The key moments from it. His whole first year was safety, and now he goes into the economy. I think he accomplished the whole first year of safety. When I say accomplished, I'm saying he put a heavy stamp on, I want this country to be safer, right? And I think America wanted that. I think Republicans and Democrats both wanted that. I just feel like the Democrats found a way to go after him for things like ICE and stuff, because that was the way of kind of going against him. Like, hey, he's going to get you guys kicked out. Better vote for me. Because I don't think for a second that Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, Newsom, Mandami, I don't think that they want illegal or whatever, or homeless people, if you want to say, right? Some of them are really nice people, but still, I don't think that they want those people walking in their neighborhood, right? I don't think they wake up and go, oh, walking by my backyard. They don't like that. I don't like that. You don't like that. Nobody likes that, whether they're good people or not. It's just, it gets a little, the more they keep putting it out there in the news, you start really thinking about it, right? So I don't think, and James said this earlier, James like, oh, Trump doesn't have to go to the grocery store. Yeah, but Kamala Harris and Joe Biden don't have to have homeless people and illegal people like from different countries just walking around their block right there. It's not happening like that. So when the shoe's on the other foot, what I'm saying is
homeless people.
No, but the homeless. Let me tell you something. Homeless is a big problem, but that's not the massive safety issue. I think Trump established, I'm going to put my foot down for this country for safety. He took ICE to different states, and whether he did it for the right reasons, the wrong reasons, at times he arrested some people that should not have been arrested, whatever. I think that his whole first year was that. So this speech, heading into what's going to start happening, changes in the, obviously with the government and all that, things that are happening, all the preliminary stuff that's happening right now. He said, I am now more than ever going to focus on the economy. This is where I'm going now, helping farmers, giving back. Like, I think without giving him more time into 2026 even to see what he's going to do with the economy, changes, finances, all that, I think we do owe someone that time to see what they're going to do. That's what I'm getting at right now. And starting the finance, because we talk about safety all the time, but the finance part, he's checking these boxes right now. If he wasn't bringing gas prices down, he wasn't bringing interest rates down, I'd say he's not doing that. But I got the notes. That's what he said he was going to do. He's doing that. So now we get to grocery bills. We're going to see what happens with that, right? That's what I'm getting at.
Hey, fact check Donald Trump, because you can pull it right up on the screen right now.
What's he saying?
He's saying Donald Trump's MRI is saying he has dementia.
Here we go.
Yeah,
Here we go.
Fact check him right now.
Here we go. We
I'm the smartest person.
So you guys in the chat right now, if you're a Trump supporter, put Trump in the chat right now. If you're not a Trump supporter in the chat, then put USA or put no or put what you got to put right now.
Because now we could, if people putting facts in here, now we could really fact check live.
All right. So you guys, so you guys, what do you want to see? You want to see?
He said that the MRI says Trump has dementia.
They never seen such a beautiful brain.
MRI. Does Trump? So I'm going to put. Does Trump's MRI show dementia? right? That's what we're gonna put, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The
Let me
doctor
fact
said,
check.
"Wow,
All right.
I've never seen."
Hey, let's take a look at it. I'm pulling it up. So I just Googled it right there. Okay. Does Trump's MRI show dementia? Fix my spelling right there. Now, I go to all, right? First things first, people in the chat right now, you see what I'm trying to do, give you guys. Donald Trump stated that the recent MRI scans of his heart and abdomen showed perfectly normal results, but a brain scan has not been publicly confirmed or released. The MRI results released by White House do not provide information on dementia.
So
getting
that, Plump?
So that's what I'm saying. So, and you look, I love Plump coming to the chat, and we're going to fact check people when they come into the building right now. You guys can see the show is going in the direction that it's got to go, V, right? Yeah. You asked to do it. It's happening. And yes, we got live callers can call into the show. I'm building this shit back up, to be honest. We got a lot of people coming to the building. I'm going to build it back up. In the chat, did you guys just see that we just confirmed that, yes or no? Did you see it, yes or no?
Plump backtracking. He said I didn't say that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But see what I'm saying, V? When you get to the bottom line, I love Plum coming to the chat. He knows I love coming to the chat. But the reality is, everybody's got something to say, right? And here's the problem. As an independent, you look at things, V, what do you say? You look at both sides of the fence. You got to make sure you know what's going on. You try to evaluate people, right? And I, as a Republican, right, I didn't grow up and go, I'm Republican. I grew up, I looked at my life, I said, I like what these people are doing. I don't like what these people are doing. And I choose my route, right? Now, I got Republican and Democrat family, friends, and I got a lot of Democratic friends that are great people. If we talk about Trump, I don't like Trump. Okay, tell me why. A lot of people can't really tell why. They just say, oh, he's egotistical. You talk to your family, egotistical, or da-da-da. What quarterback in football is not egotistical? What big-time quarterback out there is not like,
you need
I'm
a little
the
bit
guy.
of ego. You need some ego.
Yo, every leader in the world is like that. If they're not like that, they probably didn't get there based off becoming, chasing and getting it. They probably got a friend that just put them there. In order for us to become great at what we do, even on the show, and build it back up to thousands of people like we had, we got to keep doing a damn good job. And then guess what? When we get to the top, we're like, you know what? We built this shit up. And be proud of what we did. Now, I'm not going to go in here and be like, I'm the best, I'm the leader, and I did everything the greatest. But I'm going to say, hey, we did shit a long time. And the shit grew to that. That's what I'm saying. When we had thousands of people in the chat in the vertical, we're building this shit up. Welcome to the show. It's feeling good, right? You keep building. So what I'm saying is, you better have a little bit of that, right? I think Kamala Harris has that, right? I don't think Joe Biden has. I think Joe Biden was lost. And now Trump stepped in office, and we talk about safety, getting it done. In the chat right now, deport or let them stay. And who else got something to say? Because we'll fact check them real quick.
I got something. You mentioned something about the farmers, and it actually goes back to this like deport and let them stay stuff. So like he's doing this bridge payment for the farmers, like $12 billion going to them to help them out because of market disruptions, right? But the market disruptions, and like, if I'm wrong, you tell me. We got rid of the immigrants that were working these farms, so now cost of labor goes up. Then he increased the tariffs to China, where we were selling a lot of soy products to China, Brazil, things like that, or Brazil makes it too. But that stopped the purchases from the farmers. And now we're paying the farmers out of the tariff money that's supposed to be going to give everyone else money in America, the same money back that from the disruption that they created internally. Am I wrong here?
Yeah, look, I'm not going to say, because I'll be honest, I didn't dive into that as much as I wanted to dive into that conversation behind the scenes and really analyze that. But I will say, in theory of what you just said, is true. I think that if they cause a problem from the start and then try to fix it somewhere else, I think that a lot of presidents do that, though. I think a lot of people, they try to create things and they mess up, they screw up, and they try to fix it. It's like you go out there and try to fix your car. You break something, let me try to fix that. You're painting, you screw up, wrong paint, fix that. I think everyone, that's the thing. We're so critical of people nowadays. Like, do you know how critical you got to be of people? Who's the lady, though, that really deserves a little bit of criticizing? Her face changed drastically.
Well, we're going to talk about Mar-a-Lago face now?
We could pull up Mar-a-Lago face real quick.
This is a thing, everybody.
If you guys are in the chat right now, did you guys see Mar-a-Lago face? I mean, I really, I'll be honest, I don't really know what that was about, but I am going to pull it up right now.
It has its own Wikipedia page now.
Yeah, let me see a lot.
It's like that look.
They look like The Purge.
What's that?
The Purge. You seen the movie The Purge?
Wow. See, like, I got the Mar-a-Lago. Hold on, I'm trying to pull up Mar-a-Lago face. Here we go. We got it. I don't know. I don't see. I'm pulling up on the screen here. I don't. James, I don't see the lady. What's her name?
They're all the same ones.
No, the lady though that we just saw on the screen. What the hell? You sent me the picture. Her whole face changed. The Mar-a-Lago face, though, I don't know. Has anybody heard of the Mar-a-Lago face? I mean, I just pulled it up. Are you saying that everybody turns into this face?
Yeah, they're trying to now do the bigger cheekbones. It's the same face. I found like Melania, the same plastic surgery where
Right
in
here.
the past they used to not want to look like this, but now it's like its entire aesthetic, and they're trying to look like this. This is
So you're saying you're trying to claim that this is all about Mar-a-Lago?
That's what they're calling it. It has its own Wikipedia page of like this,
Wow.
and surgeons are now being asked to make people look like, the press secretary, more like Melania Trump and some of the other justices and things.
You know
like
how
that.
many people want to look like Kim Kardashian?
They did.
I walked around Miami. Not gonna lie to you, I got here. I moved here about 14 years ago. I moved here in 2012. That's 13, going just a full 13 years. I moved here, and I'm not lying to you. Everybody was looking like Kim. You go outside, you're like, yo, there's just 4 Kim Kardashians playing volleyball. Like everybody was trying to look like that. People are trying to get their own individuality now. But there was a lot of people looking like Kim Kardashian, not gonna lie, and they were all over the place. And so, look, at this day and age, what I want to move on to the next piece of the pie is this. I think a lot of people, and I said this at the beginning of the show. I probably should have waited to bring this part up. But what I want to do is this. Let's talk about this for a second. People have to have their own accountability, right? And I think a lot of people are waiting for Trump to go out there and fix their problems. Like, Trump did do this, Trump did do that, Trump did do this, Trump did do that. It's like, well, are you getting up, going to work every day? Are you busting your ass to provide for your family? These are questions that, can you provide for your family? Like, are you, maybe some people are handicapped and they can't. That's different. Whole different story. Veterans out there, military issues, a whole different story. But I believe a lot of people are going to go to college. And this goes into the younger generation. They're going to go to college. They're going to get out and go, there's no jobs. Well, I graduated and nobody gave me a job. Like, I graduated, I started interviewing. I worked for WB Mason in Manhattan, literally for 1 month because I hurt my knee or whatever and went to Buffalo for the draft and all that for football. I was in Buffalo for 2 months and whatever. Long story. We'll get to that another time.
Did you pretend to be the owner's son?
I went, yeah.
That's very ironic.
So this is what happened. Quick story. Here's why you have to have your own accountability. I'll tell this story quick. I literally graduated and I'm like, man, I'm cool. I graduated. Guess what? When I was walking around campus, maybe the girls cared playing football. Maybe your coach cared, good at football. Or maybe like, your family thought you were cool or they appreciated you. They showed you love because you tried hard and all that. When you get into the real world and you start walking around after college, no one gives a shit about that no more. Like, do you remember it was like, where'd you go to college at? It's a big deal. No one cares now. Where'd you go to school? Online. Who cares? No one cares. Who is anybody asking you, V, what's your major? Who cares?
No.
No one gives a damn. Piccolino, when's the last time I said, what's your major?
I've been out for a minute.
Yeah, but nobody cares. Nobody cares. Vaughn, I knew Vaughn my whole life. Vaughn didn't even know my major, double major. You didn't know I got a sociology degree,
No,
business minor.
You just told me.
Had no idea.
Like 2 days ago.
Had no idea.
Yeah.
Right? So the thing is, no one's like, oh, where'd you get that? You got a major? Yeah, I went to Pitt, went to Stony Brook, go look it up on the computer. I don't know, do what you got to do. The point is, I did all that. Nobody cares. Because you show up, you go, how you living right now? Got a nice house? Oh, you did good for yourself. You driving nice cars? You got this car, that car, this car. You got a wife, you got kids, you're paying for all these. You got, oh man, you must where you didn't care where you went to school at.
Yeah.
The minute they care about it is when you're like, I'm trying to find a job. Who's hiring? What'd you go to school for? Then you're like, shit. Like you put yourself in a pickle. Like, right? And we got an attorney in the building right now. So we got someone here that did some damn schooling. You know what I'm saying, Piccolino? I'm talking about some school. Shit was hard.
I was a chiropractor too. I did lots of schooling.
That's what I'm saying. How hard is that? You graduate, no one gives you a freaking job, right?
No.
You got to figure this shit out.
And it's even worse now, which I think if you go back to this whole the affordability thing as a hoax, everyone understands it. And wouldn't it just be better to appreciate like the president acknowledging this instead of feeling like they're kind of being like gaslit? Like there's been so many layoffs. If you look up layoffs Q4 2025, it's crazy.
We could pull it up.
Like the AI revolution's a thing, and it's like that elephant in the room that I've been trying to just be positive on a lot of things. So you just try to look for the positivity in things. But like I wish that would have been acknowledged and addressed. It would have been a lot. You feel a lot better. It's affecting the vast majority of Americans.
But tell me this right now, you're on the screen. People have to have their own accountability though. How many lazy people, be honest, look, I talk about this on the show. How many people, we got SNAP benefits conversations, because I want to talk about like people, what they're going to get, what they're not going to get, the survival, what life costs, what they can live on. We're going to talk about that in a second. But I'm asking you, people have to have their own accountability.
Of course.
How many people, even when you get that money from the car accident, just so you guys know, watching James is a personal injury attorney. If you get in a car accident, you call James. James Piccolini, go online, call him after the show. If you've been in a car accident, go do that. What I'm saying is this. People have to be accountable for themselves. We talk about affordability. We talk about accountability. We talk about financial. We talk about this. But how many people are sitting at home right now, and even when you get the money, James, they're lazy as shit. They want you to do everything.
Although that's true, there's a lot of like fixed costs that some people just don't have a say in, such as the price of electricity has also been like almost record highs, insurance costs, things like that. So there's some things that they can be accountable for, but there's other fixed costs that you can't avoid on your day-to-day basis, and you're still participating in the system whether you want it to or not.
And what do you do though? What do you do though when you try to figure shit out? You start trying to look around, you look it up, you go on the computer, or you go here, you go to the library, or you want to have that motivational mindset. A lot of people don't have that.
But they should be teaching this in school, because there should be no reason people are getting out.
Before you say that, I agree. Before you say, I agree 1,000%. But that's not Trump's fault.
No, I'm
just
not blaming it on Trump.
No. What I'm saying is, I'm not blaming on Kamala Harris or on Biden or anybody. I'm not blaming it. I'm just saying that everything that's going on, Trump's fault. It's all day. It's Trump's fault. I get in the elevator with somebody and I go to somewhere. I'm like, oh my God, he ruined everything. I mean, that's the problem. I wish people would have an intelligent conversation about this what's happening and understand everything before they just, you know what I'm trying to say? And then when you try to teach us stuff, they don't want to hear none of that. Trump's a bad person. That's what I don't like. If you dive into saying he shouldn't say this, I start agreeing with people. You know what I'm saying? When they speak how you speak, I start agreeing right away. Like, I agree, should have said that. Damn, I wish he didn't do that. Oh, why is he doing that? I start agreeing. But it's the people that are like, for me, I'm gonna put Trump right here. I'm put a whole little flag here and let people know I'm unbiased. I want to believe in what I believe in. But I believe that when someone is standing up for your country, trying to get it done hardcore, putting his blood, sweat, and tears out there, he's only making what, $300,000 a year? They're not getting money as a president. He funded most of his campaign. So I'm just giving you the reality behind it, though, right? So let's talk about this. People have their own accountability. I cut you off. I apologize.
No.
They need to have their own accountability. And you were talking about that. They have to have their own accountability. They got to get up and go to work. They got lazy people out there. Like, a lot of these people are doing that.
No, but I was just saying, like, they need to teach people these things in school. But they're keeping it like this, I feel like, because they need the classism, because everybody can't have the same financial literacy. Everybody can't be rich, or
they should be teaching.
There's going to be no elite.
Yeah, teach finance over physics. You know, when's the last time you did trigonometry?
Yo, there's a lot of things that we were learning in school that are like, they're teaching us false history, all types of stuff.
So okay, I agree with that. But who, again, are we blaming somebody, or are we just saying they should teach it?
No, they should teach it. I'm not necessarily blaming nobody, because I don't know who to blame.
Right.
It's been going on. We went to school and we didn't learn anything about taxes or
a lot of people, you know what?
Manage your money.
You know what the reality is too? We should learn it, and there's a lot of people that will grasp it. But I will tell you this too. I know grown adults, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, they don't understand it. You teach them to understand it. Taxes is not an easy thing to understand. You will know a percentage I pay on income. When you get to business and you got this and write-offs, why do you think we have accountants?
Yeah,
because we can't figure the shit out ourselves all the time. It is so hard to know legal limitations also. What I can do, this is better to do because of tax. I can't buy that. No, you actually can, because now you have a write-off. All these things. Oh, you got kids, you're in school. Oh, that's good. Oh, you're going to get this refund check. All this stuff, that's why accountants make money. And that's why my neighbor owns now 3 accounting firms. He's like, this is great. Well, guess what? That's because a lot of people need financial advice. So even if you put it in school, which I do agree 100% should be in school, 1,000%. I'm just saying, I don't know if the people that created that, I hate the way school's set up, but I'm just saying, I don't know if they believe that kids can actually grasp that.
But wouldn't it make more sense to start from the top by acknowledging that there's a problem in economic or financial literacy, instead of just saying everything's fine and it's a lie, we're doing great? It starts, I think, from the top, and by acknowledging it, would be good.
Yeah, I think the hardest part is if someone and Trump does that, where he's like, this is the best it's ever been. Like I some of that is like, you have to look at stuff. You got to look into it and see. I don't believe if he does anything good, they're going to say he did it good anyway. That's why I say this stuff. I'd like to be right down the middle all the time and be like, I see it like this, like right down the middle, and I'm just looking at both sides. But I lean. Why do I lean? Why do I lean to the Republican side? Because I see a lot of lazy people in the world. I'm not talking people that are handicapped. I'm talking people that can get up and get shit done. A lot of lazy people out there, and a lot of those lazy people. And that's what I'm trying to explain. A lot of those lazy people are the same people that are complaining all the time. That's why I say that. If they're getting up and they're busting their ass and they're doing it and they're trying hard and they're walking that mile or trying to get to that job or showing up as best as they can and doing their best, and it's not working, and they showed themselves doing that shit, I'd say, damn, that guy's putting in work. But what you have is you got a guy sitting at home or a lady sitting at home. It's not just men and women sitting at home. A lot of lazy people out there. Trump's a bad person, not giving me this. That you're getting a lot of that. And that shows up on the internet. Yeah. And those people should not be talking. Those people should be like, I wish I was getting that, but I'm not getting that. Like, that would be great. Hey, I'm lazy, not getting it. Okay, not whatever. But so I'm going to talk about that. Let's talk about Section 8 SNAP benefits. Because he was talking about removing SNAP, getting SNAP, or, not getting SNAP, or limiting SNAP, or whatever, right? Is it safe to say, and I'll ask both of you, is it safe to say that the people that are on SNAP benefits or on Section 8 have lived on this a lot of times through generations, and they just realize this is the best way to do this, and they just live on that, and they never thought that was going away. We figured it out. Boom, 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 boom. Right? That's safe to say that happens, right?
It's a non-zero. It's a non-zero number for sure, but I don't know how much of that exists.
But would you say that my question is this, and it's not putting these people down at all. I got friends, family doing the same shit. What I'm saying is, do you think that when those people even voice their opinion on finance, that they actually speak from a level of looking at both sides, or do they try to find out who's going to give them the most money? That's what I'm asking right now.
You find like they found a loophole. It's just like, like if somebody's just giving you free money, you're going to just ride it out till it's over. Or if it's not enough, like if you strive for more, you're going to obviously go out and try to get more and just use that as a stepping stone. But some people, it's just like, I found a loophole, infinite money glitch. I'm gonna ride it out.
I'm not even knocking them. I'm not knocking them for finding a loophole that they found. Literally.
Yeah.
If they, you know what I'm saying? If they found a loophole that works for them and they're getting paid their money and they want to get out there and they receive their SNAP benefits and their Section 8 housing and they don't, let's just say, they don't want more for themselves, or maybe they had a tough upbringing. Maybe shit was hard for them. Maybe they got a reason why that we don't know about. Maybe they're out there and they're struggling so bad, and we know what it's like, struggling so bad and they can't get out of it. And for whatever reason, their parents put them in it and it's horrible. I feel sorry for them. And everybody in this room will feel the same way for them and want to help them. But the problem is there's a lot of those people, and a lot of those people will only vote Democrat. I'm telling you. And why do they vote Democrat? Not because, Hillary Clinton likes black people. No. Or Hillary Clinton likes Spanish people. Or she likes white people with no money. No. They do that because they are always told they're going to get these handouts. So Trump steps up to the plate and goes, we're limiting that because there's so much fraud on that. Why am I talking about this? Because we're talking about finance right now, and this is a big deal. We talk about lowering taxes. They don't care about taxes. They're not getting any money. They don't care about, interest rates. They're not buying anything. They don't care about, any of these stuff. They might care about gas prices getting where they're going. But at the end of the day, they care about things. A lot of them are good people, but they're not adding to the financial economy by using their own way of creating. They're adding to the economy by getting money from the government and using that card or whatever they use to go buy shit, and that puts money back. So those little local vendors, those little mom and pop shops and little grocery stores and little, you name one earlier,
bodegas,
bodegas or whatever. They love that shit because they know every month they're gonna get buying Newports, and you're buying cigarettes, and they're gonna buy this, they're gonna buy that, and buy that. So the people that are trying to get the SNAP benefits, Section 8 is a separate entity, but the SNAP benefits, it kind of trickles down the same line. People get SNAP benefits, probably get Section 8. If not, then they filled the paperwork out wrong, right?
No, because some students or different kind of people get
different things.
Get the SNAP.
Disabled people.
Yeah, get the SNAP benefits, just the food stamps. Students get that.
All right, so let's dive into that because that's something I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know that students get SNAP benefits.
It's a supplemental nutrition something plan.
Yeah.
In the chat right now, if you agree with what I'm saying in the chat, do you think that there are people out there that are lazy and not doing it? Or, realistically, why do they vote Democrat? Like, seriously, why do you go to poor neighborhoods, everybody votes Democrat?
But they implemented this on purpose to keep classism alive. That's what I'm saying.
But this administration is also trying to do the same thing and telling they're going to be giving people dividend checks and things like that. It's the same on both sides. And I don't think either one of those systems benefits people. When it comes back to like financial literacy, that's really important, and making it more temporary assistance instead of something that's permanent. But there are people that do need permanent assistance, Yeah,
look, I'll be the first to tell you that I understand that people, and I want to make sure I'm very clear with this, SNAP benefits, food stamps, all same shit, whatever, Section 8, money for them. We talk about handicap, we talk about veterans, we talk about the elderly. Like, people need to survive. So, but what I'm talking about is people that are waking up every day and they're like, I need to get their benefits, and I need to get those benefits, I need to get my benefits, I need to get my benefits, It's like they were born into that. They figured out how to get it, and that's it. And if you go to their homes in those neighborhoods, and God bless them, a lot of them are great people, but you go there, they have no thought process of going out there and figuring it out. And then they make money under the table. They get these benefits. They make more money. They try to figure, like everybody else in the world, like you just said, if someone's giving you something, you're not gonna be like, hey, I'm not getting this anymore. Like you just said, like in general, you keep getting something, you're gonna be like, don't get that to me.
Yeah, if it's enough for you, then you be like, yeah.
If you're getting groceries delivered to your house by accident every month, for a year, groceries coming every day.
Yeah, you're not gonna call Uber Eats or DoorDash and be like, hey, y'all keep making a mistake.
Yeah, you order groceries and all of a sudden they deliver you 5 bottles of wine every week. You're like, oh, wine. Like, hey, stop delivering me wine. I don't want that wine. You ain't keep that. Yeah. That's the purpose of doing that. If all of a sudden all kind of shit's happening, you might try to figure out what's going on. You want to know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? By the end of the day, you're not going to stop what's coming for free.
Yeah.
Who's going to do that? It's a nature.
But when it's over, then it's over. Like, you just can't be mad at it.
That's what I'm saying. All right, yeah. So I'm on that page. Trump steps in and goes, we are giving a lot of illegal funds or fraudulent funds to SNAP and Section 8. That's where, here's where I get frustrated. All the people that deserve it, they should get it. Doesn't really affect me that much, right? But I have someone in particular, I won't say the name, that I know, and this person, it's a guy, and not family, was a friend for a long time, that not like a great friend, but friend I knew, and don't talk to him anymore. But he was cool, whatever. This guy's bragging about how he beat the system and got the money and all that. Now, on one hand, I'm like, cool, we can kick it now. You know what I mean? Fly down, let's go to the beach or whatever. It's cool. He's fun. Good person to hang out with. Good dude. Right? But the problem is, the more that someone brags about that, and you're thinking in your mind, yo, I'm working my ass off, we are all contributing to people that are doing that. So that's a lot of money that I believe we are just throwing in the garbage when it can go to my kids' food or my kids' table. I mean, I got a lot going on. I'm eating every single day. My 4 kids eating that. And I feel like they're the same people that vote Democrat to get the handouts. That's all I'm saying. And there's a lot of people that truly deserve it. And if, in fact, they ruin it for the people that deserve it, then that's a problem. Are we on the same page with that?
Yeah, but that's just the problem with any system. Like, there's no perfect system, and you're always going to have people that take advantage of it. But I think most people would agree that, we waste a lot of money on a lot of things. And it might be just like me being wishy-washy, but like, I'd rather have my money go to people that need food and housing than to some other things that we would spend our tax money on. And I think most people would agree to that. And it's probably a net positive because we're still all in this together. Whether you give people assistance or not, you're still in the same community, same city, same country, same world. Yeah, and it benefits everyone to help certain people out. But yeah, but
we don't run any. So one thing I'll ask you is, they were saying something about drug testing these people. The drug testing is like, damn, that's like a little bit. I think that might be a little bit much. Drug testing to get. I mean, I think that's a bit much. I get why they would do that. Like, hey, you're sitting home doing drugs somewhere. But I mean, there's rich people that do drugs. So that's not really. It may or may not be the problem. But I will say this: the problem that is affecting it is how much they learned or don't know how to accomplish.
Well, what about, should you be able to bet on sports? if you're taking government assistance, then why just check for drugs? It doesn't make some sense. You start getting invasive.
Well, that's true too.
They should make it instead of, well, they could do the drug testing, I guess, but they should make it that you have to take classes in everything. Like you have to go to financial literacy classes and money management classes in order to stay on these benefits.
Yeah, but if you tell a Democrat that, they're going to think that you lost your mind. I'm telling you. And you're just calling an idea that you think could make sense because people are learning and growing and whatever. Yeah. And I agree with you.
And then you could implement the 2-year thing on there.
Yeah.
The 2
Once
years,
you get it,
you get 2 years, but during this 2 years, you have to stay on this program.
Yeah.
So by the time you get out of this program, you should know how to function in society.
Pickling, what do you think about that?
I think that sounds pretty good. I think that like you could just say either side, a Democratic person or a Republican person could have a problem with that. But I think, it's a progressive idea, and I think it would help, teach some financial literacy to people that might need it. But
so let's just say we all agree with that. We're all on the same page with that.
I think so.
I think it's invasive to be drug testing. I think they want to do that. I think that they're like, hey, we're going to drug test you. People are like, damn, it might force people to not be sent home for drugs, so that's great. But I mean, that might be a little bit much. But I think the financial literacy stuff showing up maybe every day. What do they got to do? They got to go to the local location. They got to do X, Y, Z. Like, hey, you're going to get out here. You're going to start doing the filing. You're going to get up in the morning. We need a lot of people to do a lot of things. So why don't we start getting all the people set up to do that? And that's fine. Yeah. They're making the money.
Basically making them work.
Yeah, get them a job. Yeah. And it helps. It helps the world. Yeah. Helps us catch up on stuff. And they don't got to work hard and crazy and all out of pocket and all that. But they can get up and do certain things. And then you can see their lifestyle. They have kids, a little difficult, can't do this, and you work around. I think there's got to be something implemented. But here's the problem.
But you can do online. They can do
but
online
if Trump,
but they have to do their
you're
courses.
Right. You're right. It could be online. Yeah. But here's the thing. If Trump says that, they're going to call him everything that you ever seen in your life. That's racist. That's this. You're hating on poor people. You don't help the rich people. That's the problem that I get. Now, if we talk about what we just stated,
in which he says it, like how would he say it, Pick? Because you have his voice kind of down.
How would he say it? With no tact. That's like the biggest criticism that I have is like he can deliver the message, but if you do it with a little bit more tact, it will sound a little bit better, you know. But instead of creating like all that inflammation all the time, whether you agree with him or not,
I have to agree with that. And I think that from the beginning of time, his first term, we saw a lot of that. And into this term, I think he scaled back before he won. He scaled back a little bit, and I think he did a great job. And then after he won, there was instances where he continued to voice XYZ, like the turban conversation and all that, and start saying certain things, and that's slipping. I think how he really feels in his mind's coming out. I like to know how someone feels, but I think that was obviously the major concern for people that are watching live right now. If people come in the chat right now, I've seen somebody say they want to do some fact checking. In the chat right now, where are you based at? We're going to start making sure we communicate with the chat because I know a lot of things are updating on YouTube. A lot of things are changing on YouTube. We got the numbers we keep put on the screen. We're going to get that set up as more people start joining the show. If you're in the chat right now, drop your states in the chat right now. And if you have Instagram and you're not in the group chat, put your Instagram in the chat right now. Crafted in the building. How you feeling? MVP, Pippa Mama's in chat. Christina, a lot of things are happening. They're not seeing all the people that are in the vertical form because they're watching in horizontal, which is great. But YouTube is making these adjustments, and we got to just ride the wave and fight through that until all this is completed. I'm seeing that it's working. It's kinks out in the chat right now. If you have Instagram and you are not in the Instagram group chat and you want to be added to our group that's in there every single day talking, make sure you put your Instagram in the chat right now because someone will add you. MVP, one of the moderators, Christina, one of these beautiful people, Lala, one of them will add them to the group chat so they could join what we do, having conversation. When I take a look, and one of the conversations I actually didn't pull up, and I realize now, and this is very helpful. I realize what's actually happening and how I can actually see things that I couldn't see before. When I pull some of these conversations up that I want to mention, is this when he actually is successful, okay? When he actually is successful, and he puts the focus on economy, right? And let's just say Trump does a great job at certain things. And he gets out there and he lowers taxes. He lowers interest rates. He gets all this stuff done. You don't see the media. I'm going to ask you this question. You guys are understand this. You don't see the media being like lowering gas prices. Nothing, right? Nothing. You don't see the media interest rates coming down.
Well, it depends.
I know. I'm just saying. I agree. But I'm just saying. Let's be real here, right? We all. I have kids. A lot of them. And when they screw up, you screwed up. right? You're doing something wrong. Oh, good job on your test. See that balance? As Trump is waking up every day, he's just getting bombarded by people coming up with crazy shit. And that's why and I'm not saying he's perfect. Again, he's not. But let me pull this up. I want to show you something real quick. This is important for you guys to see. When I go on YouTube, okay, and I search. So look, I'm going to merge this over. I want everybody to see this. And for later, people, when I search here, right, I'm going to put Trump speech. Right, nothing to do with me. Trump speech. Now watch this. We're going to scroll down. This is Trump's full speech, right? This is Trump's full speech here. You guys can see it on the screen. Now, all this looks okay. Why? Look where it's coming from, right? Now, let's go down. Let's go to the Democrat channel. Disaster in Pennsylvania, right? This is what I'm saying. This is why we're divided more than ever. This is our own people doing this. If you scroll down, everything's going to be a horrible thing. And they're going to use all the faces. And then every time, look, here you go. Now here we get to another channel.
Yeah, because people pick their sugar, you know?
But that's what I'm saying. But this is...
There's nothing.
No. That's because we're not looking at Democratic... If I go down, if I look up what this is going here, if I pull this up, okay, Trump returns for an insult-ridden speech. That's it. It's not talking about economy. You see that right there?
But that's CNN.
But that's what I'm telling you. This is what you do. Fact check this. Affordability. Like, let's take a look. Oh, filthy. Anytime you look at something, right, that is a Republican channel, Trump economy speech. But but I want you to know. I want you to know
what people. You know what's going to get the click rate going. You can't.
Yeah, but
nobody's going to click on.
But
the
I'm
video.
not just talking about. You know, the influencers. I'm talking about major headlines of people of places like CNN, places like NBC, places like CNBC, all these places that do this. New York Times. If I pull up the New York Times newspaper,
controversy sells. You know that.
But that's my point though. This is the media that we're all watching. If you live in New Jersey right now, you're not getting the shit that we're getting. You pull up a local station, it's like, hey, bright and sunny.
That's why everyone should support us, because we're pretty middle of the road and we try to give it on both sides.
Yeah,
but that's also why we also don't get insane clicks. If we just went all one way and even we went so far one direction, that's what people want.
If I put a YouTube up here and it said Trump, crazy, disastrous, whatever, people are always what he's talking about. I'm putting the real shit. We're talking some shocking information on what's going to be changed, not some craziness. And if you go and hold on a second, let me show you something else real quick while we got it. We got this, everything seems to be working here. So let's try to see if we can get this thing in motion right now. Why shit is actually working on my side right here. There we go. We got the screenshot here. Let me pull this up on here on Google for a second. So we're going to type in, we typed a lot of stuff in here, right? So I'm going to type in here, Trump speech, right? I'm going to put it right here.
You should go incognito mode because it's still going to give you
it's all
based
good.
on your search.
It's all good. Let me pull it up here. People in the chat right now. So let's go here. You pull this up, right? His speech. Like you can start to see more of this stuff. Now let's go to all right here, right? Now here what's going to pop up first. The big networks, right? Look, Trump calls affordability a hoax, right? It's not going to be, and we talk about that on the show because he said that, so I'm saying. But we didn't just talk about that. We didn't just hit the negative part. We said, here's what happened in the speech. He focused on the economy. He said this was a hoax. I don't think that's a hoax. I think there's a problem. I think it's a lot better than people are saying. I think people are like, the economy is going to be really bad at CNN and it's going to be decent for Fox. And, so I think what he's trying to say is that. But if you look on the screen right there, fact check, Trump's racist and false claims, right? Let's go here. Trump's speech on grievance about immigration.
But I'm saying,
but look,
he's giving them the ammo. This is not lies.
No, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if there's ammo or not.
It does.
What I'm saying is this. I do agree that Trump is giving them ammunition to say stupid shit, right? And I agree with the fact that he shouldn't do that. But what I'm saying is this. No matter what he said up there, if he would have said everything church and bells and whistles and whatever, they would have said, Trump claims that he likes church. Like, I'm telling you, they're not going to be nice because they have to lean.
I've never seen that happen, though.
No, but I'm saying.
Every time they do something like that,
he wakes up.
Something crazy.
He wakes up to this no matter what.
I don't know, but then.
And I'm not saying they doesn't deserve a lot of it. Hold on, let me rewind. I'm not saying, it got hot out here, the sun's coming around. I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve a lot of the shit. And I keep it right down the middle. Yeah. I try to love everybody. He deserves the shit when he gets up there and goes, the turban and this and that. Get rid of the turban message. Get rid of the dumb shit. Even when he had the comedy guy show up for the election, and he was just doing comedy.
Tony,
I wouldn't have did that. You're getting so many Spanish voters, especially down here in Florida, tons of Spanish voters in all these places, and you do that. I think I would have not did that. You were already winning a lot of great things, and I'd move forward. I don't think it happened the way he wanted it to happen. But what I'm saying is, what I don't like personally is the media outlets are owned by Democratic networks. Period.
They're both.
They control. If you look at let's just go to the U.S. and we type in who owns what.
It's going to be
The
a lot
biggest
of
ones.
Jewish media.
It's going to be tons of Democratic people all through New York. You got the New York Post. You got the Washington Post. You can keep going.
New York Post is pretty red.
You can go. Here. Let's see.
Type it in.
I'll do it right now. We'll fact check that
So
too.
the real experiment would be is
Trump, New York Post. Okay, let's watch this. Let's just show you right now. Trump admin set to scrutinize foreign visitors.
No, say who owns it.
This is all owned by Democratic network.
No,
New
but
York
type
Post.
it in.
owns the Post.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you guys don't
And
understand.
also, I'm just saying, Brandon, if
Who
he
owns
went
New
the
York
other way on this,
Post? Watch this. Here, we can look these people up right now. Wall Street Journal. This is all Democratic networks. You type Washington Post. Bezos.
News Corp.
Yeah, this is Democrat. Watch this. Washington Post owner. Watch this. Jeff Bezos. Who's Democrat? Who else you want to look up? CNN owner.
Well, CNN for sure.
No, any of them. Let's go NBC. NBC owner.
No,
Any of
the
them.
Murdoch family. News Corp is controlled
This
by
is
the
100%
Murdoch family.
owned. This is 100% owned by this right here. You type in NBC, it's all hating on Trump. Everything. So here's my point though. Forget why. Where you live and the channel you click on, we're talking about education. The channel you click on can 100% change your mindset and what you're learning. But if you don't know the answer yet, you don't understand it. You put on Fox, you're going to think that Trump's a much better person. You put on CNN, Trump's an asshole. So my point is who you learn from, your neighbor. That's why it's important to live in good areas and put your kid in good schools, because they're going to learn dumb shit from people they shouldn't learn from. And I'm just saying this because if it was 50-50 and if you went and it was CNN, it was Democrat, but then, you had NBC was going to be Republican. Then it just kept going back and forth. It was right down the middle. You get a really good insight in the morning. You wake up and go, oh, he said some good stuff. Oh, why did he say that? Oh, that was great. I like how he dressed. Oh, instead it's going to be, oh, he wore that stupid suit. Why did he wear that red tie? Oh my God, he said, and that's what I think gets under my skin, that they immediately try to find the negative piece of everything because that's how they're going to win the election. And it's not just on Democrat side, it's on both sides. So I'm just saying, I feel like that's ridiculous. My opinion.
Yeah, so it would make more sense if he went the other way on this thing. And I get it, everyone's going to be their own person and he doesn't have to impress anybody. But we would know going into it, if he addressed the economy or the affordability stuff and they still badmouthed him about it, I'd be like, all right, that's really biased now. I kind of get what the other side's saying. And then if he also didn't give him the ammo of going off on Mrs. Omar, like, why give him that? It would make it more sense, but that's what he does. He'll fuel the other side, and then it just keeps creating division, and that's something I don't understand it. And it would test. I'd agree with you even more. Like then
I think he could do a better job bringing people together.
And I think that's important. Isn't that not important for the president to do?
It is. It is. I think it is, and I think to win something, we are taught in this country, and actually in the world, it's you versus me. It's this man versus this man. Boxing match, this, UFC. It used to be help somebody up, whatever. Then it was talk shit, then it was showboat and whatever. And I'm not trying to be like, it's not fun, because it is. But the reality is you put other people down so you can come up, especially in politics. Like, you know what you're talking about. You suck. I'm great.
Yeah.
Right? Say, and if you just talk really nice, oh, I'm really nice. And that doesn't really, you don't, the public eye, the attraction, how many people, what's the word I'm looking for? Everybody loves you. Your popularity, popularity vote is a big deal. And I think that's what Trump did this year. He was a popular guy. He's the guy that did it. He got 34 felonies, but guess what? That didn't stop shit. He didn't go to jail. His ass is out. Maybe those felonies are not real. Maybe they are. Who cares? The point is, his ass beat the system then, and he's the president. And now, no matter what he does, is going to be treated bad. But there are. I do agree 1,000%.
Yeah, like
he's got to do a better
Brandon,
job.
for example, when you became a father, how different did your life become? Right,
way different.
You're still the same Brandon from before,
Yep.
But you're going to conduct yourself a little differently based on the new responsibilities you have and to keep your family together. Right?
And you can't say certain things now.
Right. And isn't it kind of like, it's kind of like the same thing.
I agree.
You know,
he shouldn't say certain things. And his problem he has is just the only problem I see with Trump is talking too much. Really. If he didn't say, I'm gonna stop the war tomorrow, and he just got it there and he just chased it down, you saw him trying to stop the war, like, damn, that's commendable. Right? But the problem is you can't do that in politics. How are you gonna win the damn election if you don't tell people what you're gonna do? Right? I'm gonna get everybody out of this damn country. He's doing that shit pretty damn heavy. No one's gonna come. We're gonna shut the border down. Did that. We're gonna lower taxes. Did that. We're gonna lower gas prices. Did that. So he accomplished so far in 1 year a lot of things, but there's things that he hasn't accomplished yet.
But it's the same thing when we were talking about the SNAP benefits. It's like, all right, you getting the SNAP and you getting the Section 8, all good. And when they take it away, you can't be mad.
Yeah.
Same thing with him. He's doing good things, but you're also
doing bad things.
Yeah, you're good
saying
at
bad
things. You're saying bad things. You're very boisterous.
You're bringing it.
When the media comes at you or anything like that, you got to just take it. You can't complain. Oh, the media's against me.
Yeah. Don't say that.
Yeah.
Better if them just making fun of your suit than making fun of the words you said to put someone down.
Yeah.
I agree.
Giving people headlines.
I agree with that. Hey, we appreciate people joining the show today. We went past our time. We're going to be soon 10 to 12 when we start picking this up. Vaughn, salute these people. We're going to head off the show. James, bye to these people. I thought it was a great show today. We enjoyed it. If you guys enjoyed the show, we appreciate it. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe. Join what we do. You're going to see us on all the live stream. We're going to clip all this stuff you see after the show. We do a bunch of uploads after the show, so it won't just go from here, obviously, and then be done. All these things we said today in different motions, we upload to YouTube. We ask all you beautiful people that joined us today as we continue to build our show to jump out there and make sure when you see and you get the notification bell on there, you're going to get the uploads. We see you every day. Lala, thank you. Jeff Lee, thank you. Bruce, if you got an Instagram, make sure you put it in there so Pippa Mama can add you. All the uploads, you guys are a big reason that we do what we do, and you guys are a big part of how we're going to rebuild this platform back up to get all the people, because we saw YouTube yesterday was showing us what's going on. So we're getting ready to jump into those streams and get more people into the show, which is going to be great. So we ask all you beautiful people that are watching live right now, make sure to like button, subscribe, and jump on our channel, and make sure you hit the notification bell so when we upload it, you guys can just go there, watch it, leave a comment, engage with it as we continue to build this. And we also are looking to hire from people within our show that are joining us right now. That's important to us. Christina, thank you. Lala, Tracy, we appreciate you every day. Jeff Lee, Bruce, let me scroll up. Everybody's in the chat right now. Love and appreciate you. If I didn't say your name, it's just because I didn't scroll up. Roger, we appreciate you. Love you very much. Crafted, we appreciate you.
Nathan, we love your intros every morning.
Gotta love the intro, baby. Let's go. Nathan doing the thing. Priscilla in the building. We love and appreciate you. Brittany came in here. Everybody that's in the chat right now. Pumi in the chat. Ponder, we love and appreciate all you beautiful people joining our show today. When we get off right now, Roger said, go Eagles. It's going to be a lot of conversation. We're going to have sports at night. If you guys just joining us right now for the first time, understand you've been here before, and the people that have joined our show many times. We'll be live in the morning at 10 a.m., 10 to 11, and then at nighttime around 8 o'clock, we're going to start going live at night, talking sports. So you got the all the stuff in the morning, the news, the political stuff in the morning, and then nighttime, you're going to get all the fun atmosphere stuff, the live action games, live games, and updates on our show. So make sure you hit the notification bell right now. That way you get notified every single time that we go live. All love to you guys. I'm going to see the logo on the screen in just 1 second. Make sure you give about 10 seconds to refresh your screen. Leave a good message on this video. All love to you. See all you beautiful people tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Take care.